You know, sometimes a dude, right? He um he reaches an all-time low in his attempt to I guess get back at another man. But when a man resorts to violating a man's kid, disrespecting a man's kid, um, it crosses all lines. It crosses all boundaries. And this is what I mean about the situation with Corey. Corey couldn't accept the fact that he was defeated in his own home court. So he decided to disrespect Anton Daniels' daughter, showing photos, claiming that she looked like a man. And the sad thing about this is that a lot of people are saying there's nothing wrong with it because he's a comedian. He's not a comedian, guys. He's a sucker. And this is something that we got to talk about these things in the public. And I feel that um dude need to really be dealt with by the people, the community, because when you think about a young black uh woman, teenager, I don't know Anton Daniels' daughter's age or whatever the case is, but for him to be disrespecting the girl, it just goes to show that Anton um really pissed this dude off to the point where he's now Corey's now taking low blows now at the man's family. And normally when a man is disrespecting your family, he already lost. I've seen this many times on YouTube where dudes, they can't really speak against your talking points. They can't really, um, I guess, win. So they figure, you know what? I'm going to try to piss him off. He's going to talk about his kids. Last time I checked, women and children are off limits at all times. Doesn't matter how you feel about me. And salute to everybody coming in the building. I'm at work right now, so just pay attention to the show. I got to talk about this issue because it is serious. I'm a father. I got kids. And if a man have an issue with me, talk about me. When you talk about my kids, you a sucker. It's just that simple because the kids don't got nothing to do with this. Anton's daughter is not on social media um, talking about Corey. So you literally invading her privacy by putting out photos. And here's the thing. Some might say, well, the photos are public. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if the photos are public. That's that man's daughter, fam. Like, you, if you a man, right, and you got a problem with Anton, talk about Anton, dog. I don't understand you dudes, man. You new age type of black men that when you got issues with a man and you losing, you go after his kids, bro. First of all, that's some pedophile stuff right there. Because why you even scoping out the man's children? That's some weirdo behavior right there. That's like a dude got an issue with Ringo TV and you find one of my daughter's social medias and you there scoping through her photos. You're a pedophile, bro. At the end of the day, something wrong. Something's wrong with you to have to even do that. And to Darlene, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I thought that, maybe, you know, Anton can work with you. You ain't shit, fam. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Darlene of 5150, you ain't shit. I already know Craig, he'll lose it too. But for you to be a woman and you sitting there while Corey is disrespecting Anton's daughter and you don't got nothing to say, you're not giving no pushback. You ain't saying, now, come on now, you know, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be representing for women. But then again, you're not a black woman. So can't really expect you to even speak up for a black woman anyway. which is a whole nother topic. Because normally women, no matter what your ethnic background, when you see a grown man disrespecting uh, children, you're supposed to say something. You know, where's the morals? Where's the ethics? Where is it? Where's the code? Um, Again, if anybody on YouTube got a problem with Ringo TV, you could make 1,000 videos about me. You could insult me all you want. I don't care about none of that stuff. But when you're talking about people, kids, it's like that right there is not content. That's not content, bro. Like you're doing that because you want somebody to really do something to you. You want somebody to say something crazy. That's what you're trying to do. So when I look at what Corey is doing, he already lost. The dude looked mad weak tonight, bro. Like mad weak. Mad weak, bro. That's not the same Corey no more. He was trying to be funny, trying to crack jokes. I don't find nothing that man talk about funny. I mean, y'all look up to him as some sort of comedian. When I look at Corey, I don't see a comedian. That's just real talk. He's not funny to me. Like literally, there's nothing funny to this dude. And now that I see him disrespecting this man's daughter, I guess he probably figure if he do that, it's gonna make Anton crash out or whatever. I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to know how to move. But not only did you disrespect his daughter, you disrespected, um, I believe the Mika lady. You disrespected her too, basically saying that if she want to come join the 5150 club, she would have to basically be on her back and sleeping with everybody. Like you just disrespecting this woman like it's nothing, bro. And what I'm realizing with Corey is that he disrespect women. This man is not pro-black. This man hate black women. And that's what I'm really seeing. And I need black women to really step your game up and not dance around this situation like it's funny. This dude literally disrespect women. And y'all just taking everything for a joke like it's all comedy. This is not comedy. You gonna tell the woman that you call a bitch on your platform and you trying to make it seem like you didn't know who she was. And then you try to flip the script by making it seem like she lied, Anton lied to her. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make it seem like Anton lied about her being on the show, and then you went to disrespect her, and you try to clean it up, and then try to pull a fast one like, yeah, you want to come on and join my show? Well, you know you're gonna have to sleep with me. You know you're gonna have to lay on your back. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be like you just. That's not how you talk to women, bro. Like you don't talk to. That's not funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do nothing to you. She didn't disrespect you for you to be telling her she need to be laying on her back and she got to take pipe and she got to do this in order to be on your show. That's how women get on your show. In order for women to get on your show, they got to give you some sort of sexual favors. That's the narrative that we putting out. So the 5150 show basically is saying that if you're a female and you want to be on their show, you got to suck D. You got to lay on your back. And y'all cool with that? Y'all cool with that in the public, you the viewers? Y'all think that that's cool? Come on now. And that's what's so crazy about this whole thing, fam. You know? And it's just wild how and you know, the black community, man. The black community is just embarrassing, bro. Absolutely embarrassing, man. They condone this kind of behavior, fam. Like the black community love violence. They love drama. They're all about killing one another. Up to now, I haven't seen nothing from Corey that empowers the black community. Nothing. That man literally disrespected Anton's wife. He tried to play some old clip. The clip is mad, mad old, bro. Like these dudes with these old clips, and I know the source of where he got the clip from, but I'm not even mentioning these YouTubers' names because it's just sickening how these people just take these clips and just run with it. So he dissed 3 black women, bro. disrespecting them. And y'all taking up for this madness, talking about, well, he's a comedian, he's allowed to do that. No, he's not. Women and children are off limits. Y'all know the rules. Women and children is off limits. I'm not disrespecting no woman of yours, your children. I'm not doing that. If I got a problem with you as a man, I'm going to roast you. I'm not going to have nothing to say about your wife, your kids. That's just cold. It's just something you just don't do. You know what I mean? They didn't do nothing to me. Your old lady didn't do nothing to me for me to be talking about her in a negative way. I should not be posting pictures of your kids on social media. You invading their privacy. You know what I mean? Like literally, by the pure fact that Corey and them put his daughter in their video, that's a violation. A lot of these dudes, they don't read. Listen, y'all don't be reading them terms of service, dog. Y'all don't read that YouTube terms of service, fam. Like, by the pure fact you put that man's daughter in the video, it's one thing, you know, you talking about, I guess you showing old clips of the wife or whatever, that's one thing. But you invading the daughter's privacy. You know what I mean? Number one, if she's underage, let's just say hypothetically speaking, she's underage and you putting her out there, that's a major, major violation that could get you in trouble with YouTube because she's underage. You know what I mean? Even if she have a social media, there can be a complaint made against you for doing that. And rightfully so. If Anton went that route, you got what you had coming because it's like you doing things that's out of pocket now. If you're gonna focus on Anton, fam. Make it entertaining. Make some jokes about Anton. Do some content that would make the people believe in you again. But right now, when you're talking about kids, I don't respect that, man. That's not entertaining. As soon as I saw you pull up the photo and you said she looked like a man. You said Anton is ugly. He don't produce uh beautiful kids. That's so disrespectful, fam. Stuff like that can traumatize a young girl, bro. You know, a lot of young black girls, they deal with things. I got all daughters, bro. I got 4 daughters. A lot of daughters, and primarily black women, they deal with a lot of issues, uh, emotional issues. Um, it's just a lot going on in the world, and you online saying she looked like a man, and your audience is laughing and giggling. Now, some of your audience, don't get me wrong, some of them was like, yo, that's out of pocket. What you're doing is out of pocket. That's not right. And you just kept on going with that mess, man. And you think that's cool as a man? You think that's cool? And you know what? I realized why you doing that, because Anton mentioned something in the original video between you two guys, and he talked about certain things that'll push him over the edge. And I believe it was something along the lines like you messing around with his family and stuff like that. So he's gonna have to play his cards a different way. But as far as I'm concerned, Corey, for you to even go that route, you a straight sucker, bro. Like, I don't got no respect for you, bro. Like, your platform has been totally destroyed, bro. And people are gonna now talk about this. It's like you made matters worse. It's one thing to just hold the L, but to be talking about a man's kids, bro, disrespecting, violating their kids, it's not cool. Can't respect that, man. Can't respect it. And then you were saying a bunch of other stuff on your video about, yo, you was telling your partner, yo, is there any other video? Have you ever seen me in a video telling people to suck D? And everybody was saying no. But I showed the video today of your old 2021 video where your man's Zoe was checking you and you told him to go ride the D of Stephen A. Smith. You invited D to that man. Why would you tell a grown man to go ride the D of another man? That's not cool. That's disrespect. So the way it is, You're a hypocrite, fam. And I think your viewers know that you are lame. They know you're not really about that life. When Anton, basically told you, let's go out back and run the fade real fast, you could have did it real quick. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, and then come back in on the set and just do the podcast like it was never nothing. But you ducked the fade, fam. You was literally ducking and hiding. And I think that your viewers would have respect you. And it's not even about who wins and who lose. The whole point of that fade was just to let off some steam. Y'all arguing, y'all can't come to an agreement. Nothing is working. Okay, so let's go run that fade real quick, just real quick. It don't have to take that long. And then y'all just come back in. Y'all have a new mutual respect for one another. Nobody won't cross no boundaries. And y'all might end up being good friends after that. But you ducked the fade. Now you're going after a man's daughter. Come on, man. Everybody on the 5150 set is suckers, bro. None of you dudes are real men. None of you guys have any sort of character to be like, hey, yo, Corey, yo, chill, dog. Don't talk about the man's daughter, bro. Don't do that, bro. You making matters worse, man. You making matters worse with the public because it's all about public perception at this point. It's all about who can win the viewer, who can make the viewer see the real. Because I know a lot of y'all, y'all Corey fans, a lot of y'all probably rock with him. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be loyal to the people that, you rock with. At the same time, you got to look at this thing from the lens of what's right and wrong. Do you think that it's cool that Corey is disrespecting a man's daughter who don't have nothing to do with the situation? That's like somebody disrespecting your mama. I had people doing that to me. My mama's dead, bro. She died of cancer. Had dudes on YouTube disrespecting my mama, bro. She dead. Anytime a dude do that, he might think he's kind of entertaining the viewer, but all that man is doing, fam, is causing problems in his own life because it's like you disrespecting somebody, mama, she dead. There's no points in that. You disrespecting children. These are the innocent, bro. The innocent, you know that? Women and children are off limits at all times. Every man is supposed to know that. Every man is supposed to know women and children are off limits, bro. Women and children are off limits, bro. Y'all remember that situation that happened the other day? It was a kind of sad situation, man, where you had these dudes, um, they were posing like UPS workers, and they ran up in a house, and they ended up killing all the adults in the house, but they didn't kill the kids. You know what I mean? Now they could have did that, but they knew not to mess with them kids, bro. Even though I believe a woman got killed, if I'm correct, I think a woman got killed, but they knew not to harm the babies. Because you got to be a cold-hearted demon to violate children, bro. They're innocent, bro. They don't even know. The kids didn't even know the house is being ransacked. They're walking around. They don't know what's going on. So why would you harm them? Why would you disrespect Anton's daughter, dog? So now she got to go to social media and see her face on your platform. She got to go to school. Again, I don't know Anton's daughter's age. Maybe she's, you know, 18 and up. I don't know. But the hope, I don't care. When you're talking about a man's kids, that's just out of pocket, man. So now her privacy, her peace, her solitude has been violated by this predator who decided to hunt down photos to try to make her feel bad about the way she looked. So you trying to shame a black woman, a black girl, because of how she looked? You trying to go on social media to say that Anton's daughter is ugly? That's bullying, bro. You bullying a child, bro? A child? And people are celebrating this dude. People are literally celebrating Corey like he had some sort of victory. And again, what you said about the Mika chick laying on her back, bro, you YouTubers, let me talk to you YouTubers, man. A lot of you YouTube dudes, man, you guys are like women, bruh. And when I say like women, that's not a disrespect towards women. What I'm saying is that you dudes are feminine. Y'all still spreading gossip about this man. Y'all put in y'all video titles every single minute. Anton's side chick. Bro, stop the disrespect, dog. Y'all don't got no respect for nothing, bro. It's like once these dudes on YouTube start lying, it's like they got to keep the lie going. That's pretty much what they got to do. They got to keep on lying. So it's like if I started off my content by saying that that's Anton's side chick, I got to keep saying the same thing. I never understood how men in 2025 are watching what woman another man is with. I don't understand that, bro. Last time I checked, a dude is supposed to have ladies with him. Whether that's a chick that he messing with, doing business with, or whatever, that's none of our business, dog. I don't understand that. When you dudes go to the 9 to 5, you might have your old lady home, your wife, girlfriend, whatever the case is. But when you're on the 9 to 5, you got your shorties on the job too. You know I'm telling the truth. So how would that look if one of your mans on the job is like, yeah, man, you cheating on your girl? What dude talks like that, bro? What dude watch another man with a woman on the job and try to inquire about, yo, is that your girl? You cheating on your girl, bro? That's not a dude, bro. That's a sucker, man. That's a lame. You got to get those type of dudes out of your way. And that's what Corey was doing. He was dry snitching on Anton from the jump because he was jealous. He was looking at the woman Anton was with, and he started to size everybody up. And he came to the conclusion that Anton had to pay her in order for her to be with him. In other words, he's incapable of having women around him. This is how a lot of men display their jealousy, is when they try to assume, well, the only reason why that woman was around you is because you had to pay. You had to pay her to be around you. Well, think about the type of women that come around Corey. You think he just pull women? Do Corey look like the type of guy that just pull women in? Of course not. He got to pay to play. That's how it is in Hollywood. In Hollywood, you got to pay to play. A lot of these dudes that got money, they don't just bag shorties like it ain't nothing. A lot of you dudes that are on the street that don't got no paper like that, you have a mouthpiece, you have the gift of gab, you're able to pull women in, and you don't even have no bread like that. But a lot of dudes that got bread, they don't have game. So they don't know what to do when it comes to talking to women. They really don't. They don't know how to, they don't even know how to communicate with women. So who cares about that type of stuff, man, at the end of the day? Men are supposed to be like, yo, he got women with him. That's what's up. It is what it is. But Corey was jealous from the jump, man. You're going to say, yeah, Mika, if you want to be with 5150, you got to be on your back. Bro, that's sexual harassment, bro. That's sexual harassment right there. You're literally telling a woman you don't even know on a social media platform, harassing her by saying she got to do sexual things in order to be a part of your group, bro. That's sexual harassment in the workplace, which is YouTube. You know what I mean? That's craziness, man. You literally offering her to work, but she got to give up some cat in order to do that. That's how you talk to women, bro. And he's trying to hide behind this comedian thing. You guys can't listen. When it comes to this whole situation, don't look at Corey as a comedian. When Corey is on YouTube, he's not a comedian. I repeat, when Corey is on YouTube doing content, he's not a comedian. When an officer is not on duty and he's not in his uniform, he's not an officer. He's a regular civilian. If Corey is not at the club and there's a venue where he's performing as a comedian, if he's not doing that, anywhere else, he's not in that status of a comedian. If you're a construction worker, once you take off your hard hat and your vest and you clock out, you're not at the job no more, fam. Do you understand that? So there's no jokes, man. There's nothing funny there. If he's not doing stand-up, he's not a comedian. I don't even find the dude funny. Like, I never found this dude funny. I still don't understand why people saying that, yeah, Corey Holcomb, yeah, man, he's good, bro. Where? What? I don't understand. Because I don't see anything funny with talking about people, kids, and disrespecting women. I don't see what's going on here. You know? I don't understand this, bro. I don't understand why you got to target a man's kids rather than just talking about the man. That man asked you to run the fade. You ain't have no smoke for that. But you got time to talk about kids when he told you to go outside. And then you on YouTube literally stealing my talking points. I'm the one who told your clown ass that if you fighting on set, YouTube is going to demonetize you and terminate your platform. I'm the one who told y'all that. You started to talk about that part in your video. Might as well you just say my name. You know what I mean? Because I know y'all watching my videos, and you watching right now. Corey watching right now. Corey watching this live right now, and he's like, damn, there he go again. I already told you, on YouTube, if you fight on camera, you will get demonetized, platform suspension, you'll lose access to streaming, you won't be able to stream live for probably a whole month or two. It could go either way, depending on the severity of the conflict, because YouTube's terms of service, you know, they have strict guidelines in regards to fighting. Just like when you at work, workplace violence, not tolerated. Hostile working environment, not tolerated. The same type of rules you got on your job, YouTube have the same type of rules, fam. That's why when you see these YouTubers acting tough, talking about they gonna pull up, what they gonna do, all of that stuff is comedy, bro. They're not doing none of that stuff. You trying to lose? You trying to lose your livelihood? You trying to get demonetized, mess up the bag? You know, you don't want to do none of that goofy stuff. See, let me explain to you what's real life. Y'all remember that situation that happened with them YouTubers? Brum man that was beefing with the other dude in Vegas, I believe it was. Some black dude was beefing with some, I'm not sure, I think the dude is Mexican. And they were beefing back and forth on YouTube. Real beef now. Dude and his wife was out on the Vegas Strip, just kind of live streaming, doing their thing. Bruh man saw them on the live and was like, oh, y'all on the live? Cool. Dude went out there, saw them, pulled out the heat, put bruh man to sleep. Then he took out his wife too. That's real life. That's not no internet, bro. That's real life. That's how when it's real. See, when you in the comments and everybody's edging it on, talking ish, that's cool. It's funny then. But when everybody saw that man get executed on live, him and his wife got executed on live, right on YouTube, bro. On YouTube Live, dude executed another man and his wife. You understand? On live. That's real life, bro. That's not a game. And what happened to those platforms? Everything got shut down, videos removed. It's not a game, bro. So when you see these dudes on their podcast jumping in people's faces, wanting to fight, all of that stuff is just a bunch of smoke and mirrors, man. Corey is 57 years old. That man won't last in a fight, dog. He won't last in a fight. He'll run out of air, high blood pressure. He'll get a heart attack. Something will happen to him. His adrenaline will be running too much. It won't be a good look for him. He's washed up. And it's just not for him right now. So for him to be acting like a tough guy on camera, I don't understand what he's trying to prove. You're not 20 no more. You ain't throwing hands. You're not in your 20s and 30s, bro. You 57. So all that gangster talk, we not hearing that, bro. You're not that guy. And you never was that guy. And all them people on your set is weak. Because y'all, you allowed this man to disrespect this man's kids. You allowed him to disrespect that man's kids. Y'all was supposed to check him right there. If Zoe was there, he probably would have checked Corey. If Zoe was there, he would have probably said, yo, bro, why are you disrespecting this man's kids, bro? That's the man's kids. Like, what are you doing? That wins street cred, bro. You get street credibility when you disrespecting a man's kids. Everybody know these rules. You don't even need nobody to tell you not to do that. That's supposed to be built in. You don't disrespect a man's kids. But because Corey's a comedian and he got nothing to say against Anton, he figured, let me talk about his kids. Come on, man. And that's why I'm disappointed with Darlene, because I gave her her props. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, yeah, man, if you work with Anton, that'll be a good look for you financially. I think that she would be a better fit with him. And to see how she sat there and just didn't say nothing, fam, I can't rock with that, fam. So everything that I had to say positive about her, fam, I retract all those statements, fam. And I don't feel Anton should work with that woman now, bro. I don't feel he should work with her, bro. She's not official, bro. I thought she was. I thought that she was the type that would be the voice of reasoning and say, you know what, Corey, you out of pocket for that one. I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. But don't talk about the man's daughter. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to talk about him all night and roast Anton, let's roast Anton. Anton even said it. He said he don't take these things personally, but you talking about this man's kids. That's outside of content. That's not you talking about him. If you talking about him, let's talk about him. Roast him. Talk about him. Talk about his face, his beard, make jokes. If you're a comedian, go all out and do your thing. But you talking about kids, bro, and his wife and Mika and dissing her, and bro, it's just all bad, man. It's all bad. That whole show was a disaster, man. That whole show was one big disaster. I'm gonna tell you why you messed up, Corey. Because see, if you notice, I'm not even reacting to the video. I let all these YouTubers waste their time. They be thirsty for clicks and views. I like to just come to the people and just be me on camera and do original content and share my thoughts. These dudes are always rushing to get the video and play back videos. These are playback video warriors. They just play back videos. They don't talk. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you where you messed up, Corey. When you came back on YouTube after all the drama, you should have just had a whole new show that was about something totally different. That's what you should have did. You don't understand business, bro. You still edging it on. You're losing more respect from the people. You're losing more followers. Yeah? Do you understand that? People might show some support to your platform still, but you're losing more respect from the people, because what you should have did, you should have came back with a whole new show, totally different topic, and keep Anton name out of everything, and just move on and just count your losses, because the internet is talking. And now you gave them something else to talk about. Now, all of this week, now people going to be talking about this now. You should have never edge this thing on even more. Now you're going to have people going in on you. And, you know, at the Mika lady, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but in your video, because I didn't react to it because you only spoke briefly, I might react to it later on or something, but you said you forgive Corey. Do you still feel that way after the disrespect that he gave you? Because if anything, you should use that moment to pretty much get your game going in terms of building up your platform, doing content, and really doing some content that's going to keep people watching you. Because at the end of the day, he disrespected you again. And you said in your video that you forgive him. And you would have thought that your approach was like, okay, she's being nice. This is why I'm saying when you be nice to people, they take that for weakness, bro. You can't be nice to people, man. You got to be thorough. You got to be thorough. You got to let people know about themselves, because when you take the nice road, they take that for weakness every single time, man. You know, they take it for weakness. I watched her video, and she said what she said. It is what it is. But she says she forgive the man, and I'm like, I get what she's doing. I get what she's doing. I know I know the hand she's playing. But look at what Corey's doing to you right now. Look at what Corey's saying about you right now. You're a grown woman, and this man is saying you got to lay on your back in order to be on his show, and you never disrespected him. You never said anything out of pocket. Your video was sincere, and you didn't even have to speak on it, because you spoke on it briefly, and then you went on and you did your content. You know what I'm saying? And now people going to be looking at you like expecting to see what you going to say. This is what social media do. Social media will pull you in, and before you know it, you got to say something. Maybe you won't say nothing, but that man disrespected you in the worst way. Basically said, you got to give up the cat in order to work with him. That just goes to show that's how he thought about you the whole time. The whole time while you were sitting there, he was scoping you out. That's why he was dry snitching on Anton. And now you got all these YouTubers, all these scavengers calling you the side chick. You trying to get your social media thing going. You trying to, do your thing. Everybody calling you the side chick now. This is why on social media you gotta defend yourself sometime. You gotta speak up, but you gotta know how to do it in a professional way, because a lot of these YouTubers are very disrespectful, and they'll do anything for content. Anything for content. These YouTubers will literally sell their soul just to get a click and a view. And a lot of the men are doing this. I could understand women gossiping, throwing shade, but I notice a lot of men are doing this, man. Men on YouTube are calling Mika the side chick, and they're spreading nothing but gossip, bro. Men are doing this, which is crazy, you know? So you got to speak up for yourself when it comes to these type of things. It doesn't mean you have to curse people out. You got to know how to carry yourself on camera, because you're a lady. So if I were to give her any advice concerning this situation with Corey, she should speak on the issue, and let the people know how you really feel in a non-confrontational way. In other words, the same tone that you use that tone, and let the people know how that made you feel to hear Corey talk about you in such a disgusting manner, in a sexual manner, and speak on these issues, especially on women issues, and create content on how these men show this level of disrespect and always sexualize women. Put it in a format that women can relate to, as well as a male audience too, and use it as a teaching moment. And that is what's going to get into the algorithm. That's what's going to make people hear your side. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to grow, because in his video, he was like, oh, let's make her famous. Let's make her famous. Okay, take the moment. Seize the moment, seize the opportunity while it's there, because he's trying to play you. At the same time, while he's trying to play you, you got to capitalize off of that. That's what social media is for. But don't fall into the trap, because what he want you to do is go off on him, calling him this, F-bombs, cussing, acting the fool. Don't resort to doing that. That's what he want. That's the play. He want you to look bad. You get what I'm saying? He want you to look bad, just like he want Anton to flip out for talking about his daughter. You know what I mean? He want him to flip out right now. He want his wife to flip out right now. That's what he want, because he already looked bad. When a person look bad, they want you to look bad too, in front of your audience, So do your videos, react to the section where he was talking about you in a very disgusting way. I couldn't believe he said those things on YouTube, man. To be honest, I can't believe he said that, because again, she never did nothing to him. for him to talk to her like that. As men, you have to have respect for women. I don't know what relationship Anton have with that woman, and I don't care. I don't care. They could be great friends, business partners, colleagues, whatever the case is. This is social media, man. And a lot of people are acting like that's the first time they've seen a man with a woman in their life. And they're trying to hold this man to all of these standards like, yeah, Anton supposed to be a Christian, but he wasn't with his wife. Yo, you dudes need to mind your business, bro. That's some weird activity, bro. Like I said, a lot of you dudes, you might have a wife, a girlfriend that you live with. And when you go to your 9 to 5, you got your job wife. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. You brothers know exactly what I'm talking about. You got your job wife. You got some sister that you kicking it with. And the sister that you kicking it with, she know about your woman. But she cool with kicking it with you. I don't understand why dudes is so worried about this man and what he doing with some other woman, bro. And here's the thing. If Anton is not messing with her like that, and y'all here spreading all these lies, bro, that's disgusting, man. That's disgusting, bro. Because women don't like that type of stuff. If a lady know she not giving you no play, and everybody on the internet is making it seem like she is, she ain't gonna like that mess, bro. It comes in like a dude saying he smashed a woman when he know he didn't. A lot of dudes used to do that back in the day, you know? A lot of dudes used to do that type of stuff. Go around saying, yeah, I messed with Shorty, and he ain't even doing nothing with her. He lying, you know? It don't make no sense. What is this woman saying? No man's supposed to have a work wife. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell you talking about? I mean, who the hell are you to say what a man is not supposed to have? This is what I mean, guys. You're literally here. Do you have a husband? Do you even have a man? Who are you to tell a man what he's not supposed to do? Like, think about what you're saying. Why is it any of your business what somebody got? Why is it your business? Why is your business of what a man have? How many bodies do you got? What's your body count? Do you care to tell us about that? You talking about what a man is not supposed to have a job wife. How many bodies you got? How many men you slept with? Do you care to tell me that? You're not going to tell me that. You're not going to tell me how many bodies you got. You know why? Because it's none of my business. I really don't care. At the end of the day, if a dude is trying to smash you, he don't care how many bodies you got. He don't. But don't come in here acting like you are holier than thou, like you are virgin, the Virgin Mary, when you know you've been out here doing dirt, talking about what a man is not supposed to do. You don't understand a man's nature. That's the problem with you. You don't understand a man's nature. You're in no position to say what a man can or can't do. Do what you want to do and mind your business. That's the problem with people. They're always going around talking about what somebody else supposed to do, and they don't even have no control over their own life, bro. It don't make no sense. Imagine this woman coming in here. She's salty because her man got a job wife. That's what she's salty about. Listen, fam, anytime you have people that get mad at the things I say, it's because they most likely are either a job wife that got played or their man is at work and he got a shorty on the job. Every man has a job wife. You talking about me condoning wrong? Every man at the sound of my voice, if he's at the 9 to 5, he got a job wife. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He spent over 8 hours at work, right? So what do you think he's going to be doing? He's a man. He's a man. Every man have a job wife. That's normal. If you're a woman and your man go to the 9 to 5, I promise you that man got a woman at work. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. You're getting mad at me. You need to go find yourself a man, find a husband, because obviously you don't have a husband, because if you would be tending to him rather than sitting here trying to argue with me. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense. And this is what I mean, how people don't mind their business, bro. Rather than that lady just sit back, enjoy the show, learn something, she's salty because she experienced these things. She experienced being with a man who had another woman at the job and she's salty. That's why she's the only one crying. You know, I don't see no other lady crying in my live chat. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know you. You know what I'm saying? If there's any women that's around me, they already know what it is. I have a wife. I got 4 daughters. And if I got some other woman, so what? There's nothing you can do about it. A man is going to be a man. That's the problem with ladies in today's day. Y'all be trying to control a man's manhood, and y'all don't understand that men were put here to deal with women. It is what it is. See, here's the thing. You can either get the truth or you could get the lie. Do you want me to lie to you? Okay, cool. I'll lie to you. Hey, sister, how you doing? What's your name? Boom, 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 boom. You got a girl? Nah, I don't got no girl. You got kids? Nah, I don't got no kids. I'm single. Lie to you. That's what you want. You don't want me to be honest, so I'm going to lie to you. That's what you want. And the truth is, most women want you to lie. That's why men lie to women, because women don't want to hear the truth. I just keep it a buck. If I'm talking to a lady, it is what it is. Yeah, I got a wife. Boom, boom, boom. It is what it is. And that's that. I don't care how nobody feel. Y'all trying to hold Anton to some sort of Christian standard. First of all, if we're going to hold him to a Christian standard, according to the Bible, a man can have more than one wife. So it doesn't matter what woman he with. A man can have more than one wife. The problem is people get this moral complex when it involves Anton, but when it comes to you and your own personal life, for some reason, you don't judge yourself. Like, how many people that are viewing right now masturbate? How many people that are viewing right now watch pornography? How many of these ladies that are in the clouds have XXX toys that they got from AliExpress and Amazon Prime? Come on now, stop the cap. A lot of y'all just straight hypocrites, and y'all be ready to judge other people because you could see what they're doing. But a lot of these women that are probably upset with me, when they go to their job, they the job wife. And this is facts. When people go to their job, not all, but for the most part, you have a lot of dudes. They be kicking it with the ladies, and the ladies be kicking it with the dudes. And it is what it is. People get horny on the job. They end up smashing, going to the telly. It is what it is. See, I just keep it a buck. I ain't fake like everybody else. Everybody else is fake. And the problem with a lot of you ladies that be getting mad is that you never been around a real man that's keep it a buck. Y'all been around all these fake dudes that be lying to y'all, and that's why y'all miserable right now, because you listening to all these clowns. Do you think that Corey Holcomb is this faithful man to one woman? Look how that man disrespected his ex-wife, fam. Come on now. That's the dude y'all following? Corey Holcomb? Isn't that the same man that be disrespecting his ex? Come on now. You think he's with one woman being Mr. Faithful all day? Of course not. The hell you look like being with one woman for the rest of your life when you got all these beautiful sisters out here with wagons looking good? Bro, you bugging, bro. Solomon had multiple wives. David had multiple wives. Jacob had 4 wives. Man, I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all, bro. Y'all wildin', bro. As long as you a man, and here's the thing, when I talk about a man having more than one woman, I ain't talking about a dude being out here reckless, because you got to respect your ladies. You got to respect your wife. You got to respect these women. So I'm not talking about a dude that's just out here slinging D, going around town and just doing whatever and you know, bringing home STDs and all that. I'm not talking about that type of dude. This is where y'all get me misconstrued. I'm talking about a man who, when he dealing with a woman, soon as he link up with her and he talking to her and she's trying to inquire about him, he's like, look, these are my cards. Got my old lady right here. I got some kids, you know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling you at the same time. And, you know, in most cases, if a woman is feeling you, she's going to rock with you regardless. I keep telling you guys this all the time. If a woman like you, if a woman is feeling you, it doesn't matter what woman you got. She's feeling you, but she want you to be honest. If you're honest with a woman, she's going to respect you. If you're lying to a woman, she will never respect you once she find out you lying. That's why I keep telling you dudes, when you're talking to ladies, doesn't matter how it is, if you're honest from the jump, from the start, she have no choice but to respect you, because you gave her the option of whether or not to stay or leave. In other words, she might have been feeling you, and once you told her you got a woman, you got some kids, she probably like, but she's going to be grateful that, man, but at least he told me. He didn't lie to me. He didn't manipulate me. He said he liked me, he feeling me, and this dude is faithful to his family. But at the same time, you left the ball in her court to decide what she want to do. You know what I mean? And it's no hard feelings if she don't want to rock with me. If she don't want to rock with me and she feels like, well, I want you to myself, you have a woman, I can't deal with you, then hey, cool. You know what I'm saying? I still think you a cool sister. I think you a cool lady. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if you don't want to rock with me, it is what it is. But I didn't lie to her. That's the difference between me and you dudes. And y'all mad at Anton? Again, I ain't here to say that Mika's a side chick because I'm not here to disrespect her. I don't know what their situation is. At the same time, I don't care what that man is doing behind the scenes with whatever woman he dealing with. It's none of my business, man. It's none of my business. And I'm surprised that more men are talking about this than women. And they're speaking from this thing like, yeah, Anton is cheating on his wife. I never heard these type of things, bro, with men. Men saying another man is cheating on his wife? It's not even about cheating, bro, because if you're an honest dude, look, when Anton was given his response on the Corey situation, he called his woman on the phone. He called his woman on the phone. He said, hey, babe, let me ask you a question. What do you think about Mika? His wife said, oh, I love her. In other words, she cool. Okay, once the wife said that, I don't know why y'all be making these videos for. If his woman says she's cool, she don't got no problem. She already knows she got a man that's getting to the bag. She knows she got a man that's out here hustling, doing what he got to do. He got women that's around him. He moving and shaking. What the heck she complaining for? She got a lifestyle that she living. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I don't understand about women. If your man is out there and he a go-getter and he's doing what he got to do for the family, he providing a lifestyle for you. You in a house that's paid for, cars that's paid for, you living good. You worrying about where his D is when you living good and eating good, driving nice, dressing nice, and he's not even playing you. He's being faithful to you. He never lied to you. And you mad, you gonna F all of that up to go find some damn dusty dude that's broke, busted, and disgusted. He ain't no hustler. Something wrong with y'all, man. Something wrong with y'all if that's what you want to do. It's very difficult for a woman to settle down with a real dude that's a go-getter. A lot of you ladies are literally fighting the system, struggling, trying to live your life. You finally met a man that's out here winning, and you're gonna throw that all away because, oh, he got some woman over here, or he's seen with a woman. All these dudes is jealous of Anton straight up and down, bro. Like I said, I had some disagreements with Anton about little frivolous stuff, but I'm not a dude that is jealous of another man's success. I cannot be jealous of that type of stuff, bro. That makes me weak to be jealous, bro. If anything, all you could do is just learn from the next man, bro. That's all you could do. And when it comes to this situation with this story, a lot of people is hating on him because of his political views. It's political. It has nothing to do with even Corey. You know what I mean? People are using the situation with Corey to express their hate. You know what I mean? And it got to the point now where dudes are disrespecting people, kids, and trying to mess up dudes' homes. And when I saw Corey dry snitching to try to mess up this man's house, I'm like, bro, why you gonna say that on air? Why you gonna inquire about that stuff on live, bro? You don't think that Anton wife know what's up, bro? And it's not to say that she's weak. It's not has nothing to do with that. You don't know what kind of relationship they got. It's none of our business, bro. It really is. And if they were on bad terms, he wouldn't even be with her. It's like people be wanting to destroy people's families and happiness. And this is why if you're a lady and you got a dude, sometimes people not even supposed to see your relationship on social media because people be just wanting to destroy whatever you got. Anytime you're a woman and you find yourself a real dude and he's chill and y'all vibing, you got to protect that at all costs, fam. And there is nothing like a woman who's a ride or die woman, a woman who rock with you because she understand you. One of the reasons why a lot of people, right, misunderstand the side chick. Now, let me explain the side chick for you. The side chick is the type of woman that understand a man. Any of you dudes that have a side chick, y'all know that she be the sweetest, the most wholesome, and it's not no shade or disrespect to the main woman. The main woman, bruh man, love his woman, love his wife, all that stuff is good. But the side woman is a different type of woman. This dude can talk to her about a lot of different things. She understand. She even know about his other woman. And she's just there for this dude. And a lot of dudes need a woman like that. You really do. I don't like the term side woman. I think that you should just call her your woman or your wife or whatever the case is. This is why we need to get back to traditional relationships and get out of this whole nonsense that we got here in America, which is keeping us from building family and whatnot. Because a lot of you ladies are still single and you're getting older and older and you're not settling down because you're waiting for this perfect man to come by that don't have no woman. Look, ladies, every man got a woman, right? Every man got a woman. Every man is looking for a woman. You know, he's at the job, flirting around. I try to teach men to build family, respect women, and just be honest. Because if a man is honest with you, it gives you the option to decide what you want to do. I know some of you ladies, you probably taken a little back by the things that I'm saying, probably getting upset. At the same time, I'm trying to show you what honesty look like. If I see a sister and I'm hollering at her, I let her know my cards. I let her know what it is. That way she can decide what she want to do. Now, I can always lie to get whatever it is that I want, but I'm not that type of dude. There's a lot of men out there that we don't lie. We don't um, gaslight, love bomb, try to manipulate a woman. These are the type of things you're never supposed to do as a man. Women are emotional. And once you lie to them, bro, you can never earn their respect. One lie, it's over. No forgiveness, bro. If you guys haven't figured that out by now, something wrong with you. I've learned a long time ago, don't lie to a woman. I don't care if she get hurt. I don't care if she find out. Do not lie. Tell her the truth at all costs. She will respect you if you. She might get mad, but she's gonna respect you. She's gonna know that you're official, and you're not that type of guy that be playing these little games. And again, that could be Anton's relationship with his wife. Y'all busy holding him to this Christian stuff. I told you in the Bible, men had more than one wives. So y'all complaining about this man when y'all know y'all doing dirt. It's hypocritical, man. All these dudes that are making videos trying to shame this man for walking around and being around with women is dumb. Anton went down there on business. She was supposed to get on the show. Now, Corey tried to front and say he never said anything about her coming on the show. I guess he probably saying that to try to cause conflict with Anton and Mika, to make Anton look like a liar. I don't believe that. I believe that Corey's a liar. If Corey's disrespecting Anton's kids, at this point, Corey will say anything to make himself look good. He implied that he never made no agreement to bring her on that show. And he did that in order to, I guess, cause some conflict with them two. That's what he did it. That's what he did that for. Like I said, what man don't want to be accompanied by beautiful women? What man don't want that? What man don't want to move and shake and have beautiful women by his side? That's always a good look for every man, And I think a lot of people are just jealous because of the way the lady look. They're jealous. I mean, it's just sad, man. It really is sad that men don't know how to show no respect for what another dude is doing in terms of how he's moving. Like I said, if Anton was broke, nobody would care. If Anton was broke, working at McDonald's, no disrespect to anybody that work at McDonald's, you got to get it how you get it. At the same time, if Anton was broke, wasn't getting to the bag, nobody would even be talking about him. Nobody would be hating. They wouldn't be hating, y'all. They wouldn't be, because people normally hate you when you got something popping. That's when I cannot hate on none of that stuff. That's why people getting mad at me. They like, oh, you taking Anton's side. It's not even about side. It's about everybody on YouTube is on a bandwagon right now, focusing on this situation, and they're speaking on it in a negative way towards Anton. And they're not weighing all the options and all the facts. That's why when I do my videos, I show y'all receipts. Look at the Zoe interview video. Look at the video that I did, the 6-hour plus video that I did, that live stream. Anton told Zoe to go ride another man's D. Come on. No man should be telling a man to go ride another man's D. He said Stephen A. Smith. That's disrespectful. So why is it okay for Corey to say that, but yet he get upset with Anton? But for Anton saying, oh, you sucking the D of your audience. Anton never said that Corey is sucking a physical D. He never said that. It's a figure of speech, similar to you are kissing the ASS of that person. It's a figure of speech. It's not a disrespect. Corey, the one who flipped this thing and said, oh, it's disrespectful. That's homosexual. Bro, if you really think about it, Corey is suffering from some sort of trauma. You know, that's what he's doing. Who cares if I misspoke? This is a live stream. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, then you're dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm not AI. I'm not Chat GPT. Everything ain't gonna be flawless and perfect. 1 minute I might say Anton name when I meant Corey name and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just slow. All right? So now, again, this whole situation could have been avoided if Corey would have just been respectful and just do a good show for the people. It would have been a good debate, and then he would have brought Anton back on and do what he needed to do. But instead, he want to make it seem like Anton went down there to destroy his platform. Anton did not go down there to destroy his platform. Corey destroyed his own platform. He just didn't understand who he was up against. He didn't understand that. He slept on, and he didn't do his research on how Anton move. You understand? And it backfired on him. Nobody told him to threaten his guests. He threatened Anton with death, bro. Literally, so that people could end up in a grave. He kept doing that throughout the whole show. Why would you do that to your guests, man? Why? So now everybody's blaming Anton, saying, oh, Anton went down there with ulterior motives to try to, destroy the platform. No. Every man is responsible for his own actions, bro. Every man is responsible for his own actions. Anton did what he was supposed to do, and he came out victorious. And a lot of people are mad about it. They were expecting Anton to be destroyed, punched in the face, beat up. That's what a lot of YouTubers were hoping for, gang. I promise you, a lot of these male YouTubers wanted to see Anton get beat up, bro. They wanted to see the man get lumped up, punched in his face, disrespected on air, so they could laugh at him, bro. That's what they wanted. And it didn't happen. Instead, Anton was able to capitalize off that situation, get to the bag, make money, just really expand his reach in the algorithm. Because think about this, gang. No matter how much you hate the man, the strategy and the methods were phenomenal because everybody on YouTube is talking about it. So his name is in the algorithm. That pushes his platform beyond measure, just pushes the platform. Your name is just ringing. And then before you know it, celebrities are hearing about it. Other people talking about it. Listen, I see an interview of Shannon Sharp, Anton Daniels coming up. I see an interview coming. I could be wrong, but I'm telling you, when stuff start buzzing like this, Shannon Sharp is going to now get into his bag and be like, I could bring on Anton Daniels. That'd be crazy, right? That'd be crazy, man. Because here's the thing. If the late Kevin Samuels was still alive, he would have been featured on Shannon Sharpe already. He would have definitely been featured on his show. You know what I'm saying? But I could see a show with Anton on Shannon Sharpe, and the topic is going to be about the Corey Holcomb situation. It's going to be crazy. It'll do big numbers, man. I could see negotiations happening right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's happening. Shout out to Forever Studios. See you in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Got 268 in the building, 122 likes. Let's get those likes up, guys. We need the likes. We need those likes, fams. I don't want likes just for likes. Likes is what helps the algorithm, guys. The more likes you get, the more YouTube push the video so more people can see it, right? So we were talking about, let me see. You said Anton going to be on Shannon and or Cam Newton. I could see him on Cam Newton. I could see him on Cam Newton. Definitely on Cam Newton's show. He could be on there. Like I said, from a business standpoint, a lot of these other podcasts, they're looking at the risk and the financial benefit of doing these shows. YouTube is a business. Social media is a business. Corey is a problematic guy. He's not the type of guy that will help. He bring people in because he do have a lot of live viewers when he go live. So I could give him that. He definitely have a lot of live viewers. I think he had about 25,000 people. I'm not sure tonight or today. But the thing is, he's a liability. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you're doing shows and you're bringing people to your studios, you don't want liabilities. You don't want people that's going to cause problems, bring violence, and destroy your platform. So I can see Anton doing these future shows on Cam Newton, mainly Shannon Sharpe. If he do a Shannon Sharpe interview, it is a wrap. It's over. It's going to be crazy. I think it'll be a very, very talked about show. The Cat Williams will go down as the best interview ever on Shannon Sharpe's show. Despite all of Shannon's legal troubles with that woman, I still think that he have a dope show. You know what I'm saying? He do have a dope show. You can't take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a dope show. I just have an issue with that situation he had with old girl giving her all his money to get some cat. I think that sucks. That dudes literally get played like that. And it's always dudes that got money that get played. But I think that Anton should definitely do that. And this is what make other podcasts reach out to you, because they recognize the business that can go into it. You know what I mean? So looking forward, I'm looking forward to seeing that type of interview. I think it would be dope for social media. It's good for reactionary content, and it's good for the people. Corey, to me, is destroying his name, his brand, his he's just destroying everything. He should have never responded again. Just hold the L. You lost. You took the walk of shame. Don't speak on it no more. Just doing a whole new show. But now you're disrespecting the man's kids. So he ain't gonna hear the last from this. Will Anton respond to that statement? I don't know. I don't know if he would respond to that type of stuff. Maybe he might, he might talk about it because you're talking about the man's daughter. That's a no-no, and most fathers will defend their kid. And I think that if he do respond, he's going to use a lot of restraint, and he's going to speak in a way that's a little more professional, because again, you don't want to mess up the bag, and you want to show yourself to be a man, because it's going to hurt Corey in the long run. Corey's not going to be able to do well business-wise, especially when people find out that he's targeting children. You know what I'm saying? And disrespecting their privacy. You ain't have to say the young girl looked like a man. Like, why would you say that? That's what he said. He said she looked like a man and stuff like that. And if I was to react to the video, I would blur out his daughter, because that's not cool. I wouldn't want nobody putting my daughter in their videos and stuff like that out of respect. you should have never put the man's daughter in the video. I mean, it's bad enough talking about her, but you put her face in the video. So now the whole world, grown adults, are now laughing at this man's daughter. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool at all. I don't find that to be funny. That's not comedy. That'll make a father flip out. And I think that is Corey's plan. His plan is to make Anton flip out. So if Anton was wise, the last thing you want to do is flip out on YouTube, because then people going to clip that video and they're going to say, look at the conservative. He's flipping out. Look at him. He's angry. He's wilding out. That is what Corey is looking for at this point. He want you to flip out, because all of you know, if anybody mess with your kids, it's a problem. Y'all all know this. You could talk about me. Don't talk about my kids, bro. They don't got nothing to do with this. They ain't say nothing to nobody. They innocent. You know, they just kids. They mind their business. It is what it is. So for that grown man to do that, it's out of pocket. And then he was disrespecting Mika. Disrespected her in the worst way. All of you ladies should feel some type of way about how Corey disrespected that woman. I'm going to react to that part of the video. You know what I mean? I'm going to react to that. I'm going to react to all those different sections, but I got to go edit the videos to blur out Anton's daughter, because I'm not going to have her in my videos. She don't got nothing to do with this. I don't play around when it comes to people, kids. This is social media. I understand the rules, the guidelines. And, you know, if you're a YouTuber and you react to those videos, my suggestion, and I'm trying to help you out, give you the alley oop, let you know what's going on. Blur that man's daughter out your video. I'm telling you right now, don't let it backfire on you, fam, because I understand the rules. If somebody hunted down photos from a private site, or even if it's public, and you taking that man's daughter and you throwing her in your video to harass her, bro, that could go against the guidelines, bro. It could go against the guidelines. It's one thing if it's a whole public place. It's a place that's for business and it deals with marketing and various other things. Under those circumstances, public photos is all fair game. And even if it is fair game, even if it is public, it still crosses the line, bro. You know? It still crosses the line, because you're invading her privacy and you're harassing a child, bro. You know? That's like you putting my little girls in videos. You won't have a YouTube platform no more, bro. I promise you. You won't have a YouTube platform with my girls in your video. You won't have a YouTube platform, because it's one thing if you talk about me, you reacting to my videos, you have my face, you could do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But if you have my kids in your videos, you won't have a YouTube platform no more. I promise you. It will be gone. And I don't mind doing that to you, because you violating. You could talk about me all day. You could get money. You could make videos, monetize, do whatever you want. You talking about my kids, you got their faces plastered all over your video, and they not even on social media. You probably went to a Facebook page, probably went somewhere and saw my kids with my wife, and you doing some goofy stuff. You won't have a YouTube platform no more. You won't, because you violating the terms. It is what it is. You don't involve kids in grown man business, bro. That's some sucker stuff right there, bro. And you're supposed to know that. So to you YouTubers, I'm warning you, if you reacting to that man's video and it has that man's daughter in it, blur it out. Blur it out. I'm telling you, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to help you to protect the bag, bro. Because you don't know what move Anton may do. You don't know how mad it'll make him. And if you a dude and you got his daughters in your video, or whatever the case is, you may end up getting caught in the crossfire. I'm just letting you know. Because if that was my kid and she's in that man's video, he won't have a video no more. He won't have a video no more, fam. That's not a good look. You messing with my kids now. You know? Like I said, you could talk about me. You could crack jokes. Disrespect, you can say whatever you want, fam. I'm a big boy. It is what it is. I'm not worried about that stuff. I'll just hit back with more videos and keep this thing going. But once you're talking about them kids, it ain't cool, man. You said Anton ain't gonna do nothing. He wouldn't even say it again. All that's if you're talking about the whole thing of when Corey was telling him to say it again, you guys got to stop like bringing up that nonsense. Anton already said it. If Corey felt disrespected, there's no need to say it again. This ain't high school. This is not junior high school. I don't have to say it again. You just do what you got to do, bro. Just do what you got to do and stop talking, bro. But again, if Corey would have struck Anton, right? Let me tell you exactly what would happen. I talked about this many times. It would be entertaining for you, the viewer, right? If you saw Corey punch Anton in the face real quick, lumped him up, it would have been entertaining for you. But financially speaking, it would have been great for Anton. Number one, he would have been able to sue Corey, right? He would have won easy. He would have got an easy bag. Corey would have got demonetized from YouTube because YouTube have strict guidelines about physical violence on air during a live. Here's another bit of information I could let you dudes know about too. If you're a YouTuber and you're streaming, let's say you got your Second Amendment in your house, stop flashing your Second Amendment on air while you're streaming live. I'm trying to help you brothers out, even though a lot of y'all suckers and y'all don't know the rules, but I'm trying to put you on game. If you have a Second Amendment or multiple Second Amendments in your crib, stop coming on air on live. It's one thing if you do a pre-recorded and you're doing gun videos and you're showing how the gun is and you're reviewing guns, but don't be on a live stream and you pull out your Second Amendment and you pointing it towards the camera. Instant termination, bro. You're going to get terminated. Demonetized, termination. You're going to lose the ability to stream. All sorts of problems will have happen to you. Stop being goofy on air. Some of y'all be doing some dumb stuff, bro. Like, y'all be just acting weird, bro. Trying to flex on camera like you gangster because you have a Second Amendment. Everybody in the South have a Second Amendment. That ain't nothing new. I just be laughing when dudes be talking about they going to be pulling up and they going to be throwing hands. I keep telling y'all, nobody throw hands no more, bro. People put people in boxes now. People hands hold Second Amendments. You know? Nobody ain't pulling up on nobody in 2026, bro. That's very dangerous to do. It's the best thing to do is just be respectful, stop acting gangster, and stop talking about people, kids. You know, and just make money. Focus on the bag, bro. Focus on getting money. That's it. Getting money, getting to the bag, creating new relationships with people, you know, cool people that you could build a team with, and y'all all come together to get this money together, man. That's the best thing we could do in 2026. You know, that's where my mind is trying to put together a team, you know, try to link up with the right people and get to the bag, bro. You only have one life to live, bro. One shot, and then it's all over, bro. At the end of the day, we all gonna end up in a box. You know what I'm saying? There's a box that's prepared for each and every one of us, bro. It's already out there. It's already made, bro. A box is waiting for you. Yeah. A box. There's a box out there that you supposed to go in. It's already built. That's how crazy life is. And we busy disrespecting kids, talking about we pulling up and we fighting. Bro, I don't got time for all of that mess, man. I really don't. So I'm gonna do a video about, like I said, the Corey Holcomb video that he did tonight. I'm gonna do a video about that. I'm gonna probably do shorter videos because if I go live and I talk about everything, I'm gonna be there for hours and hours. I might go live. You never know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll probably break it down in sections and do videos based on that. I still got to do a reaction to the Mika video. I don't think that she should have said she forgive him. I get what she's trying to do, But I don't think that she should have said that. I think she should have saved her words until she hear him speak. I think that, and this is just my personal opinion, to the Mika lady if she's watching. I felt that you should have never made a video until you weigh the waves, until you see what Corey do next. In other words, the drama already unfold. Yeah, people are talking about you. Yeah, people are spreading rumors and lies. You should have wait at least a few more days till Corey speak again. Then when you hear how he speak, now you'll know how to go at him. That's the chess move, because if you spoke too soon, now you're in a position where you got to speak again. You wanted to checkmate him one time, but you already spoke, and now that you spoke and you said you forgive him, do your forgiveness still stand today after he said you need to be laying on your back to work with him? Because he said some disrespectful things about you, and now people going to want to know, what is Mika going to say in her response, especially after you forgave him? I would have never said anything about forgiveness because he disrespected you badly. He called you out of your name. Once he said you're a bitch, all bets are off the table at that point. Business wise, ain't no forgiveness. I'm not doing none of that stuff, bro. None of that stuff. At this point, I'm gonna have something to say and do what I need to do to get this content going, to build your audience up. Remember, this is YouTube, and there's opportunity for everybody to grow. A lot of times content creators be thinking that this is a competitive thing. I get it. It is a competitive business, but you're supposed to build your own audience and find your own tribe on social media who really rock with you. And she should be going wild with the videos right now. With all the stuff that's going on, she's supposed to be going wild with the videos. Just, bro, just get into the bag, man, and building your team, building your audience. You know, it is what it is, man. So I'm gonna do my videos on that. I got some other content that I got to work on. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Let's get those likes up, man. We have some people. I don't know. Maybe I got haters that are in the clouds, because we got 38 likes, 264 people viewing. That means the rest of the people viewing are my haters. I really wish that YouTube would have the names of everybody that's in the live stream. That way I can know who's watching, bro. Like, because I'm pretty sure there's AI software out there that could tell you who's watching your live stream. Because I think I heard another YouTuber talk about it. He said it's this app, and you can know who's viewing. You know what I mean? You can know who's viewing your platform, right? He knew which content creators was viewing his video when he streamed. He was calling them out by name. But I hope that one day YouTube do that, where they implement a feature that we would know who's viewing. That way I can know which content creator be cloud watching me. Because a lot of these suckers, they be in the clouds watching me, and they never come in my live chat. You know what I mean? They don't salute. They don't show no love. They never support the show. But they watch me in the clouds, bro. They watch me in the clouds just to see what I'm saying. I'm not one of these YouTubers that is on this bandwagon of disrespecting these women, disrespecting Anton, and all that goofy stuff. I've seen a lot of videos, people trying to clown him with this Fleece Johnson stuff. And it's coming mainly from black YouTubers. Now, here's my thing, because I'm gonna talk about these things also. Again, there's this thing going around called FBA, and that community is really going hard trying to destroy Anton. And I'm trying to figure out, for the life of me, why is it that the majority of hate that come from, and when I say see viewers, we're not talking about the live chat. We're talking about the amount of people that are viewing. It says I have 249 people. I cannot see those people. I don't know who's viewing unless you're in the live chat. If you're in the live chat, I'll know who you are because I can see your name. But there's 249 people that are hiding. They hide. They cloud watch. That's what they do. They cloud watch you, and they do it privately. And you never know who's watching. I want to know who's watching because I want to know who are the supporters of the platform, who are fans of the platform, and who are the foes, who are the enemies. That way I could be like, wow, look at my enemies. They watching me all day. You know? It is what it is, man. Somebody said, I consider myself FBA. It's the only distinguishing factor. Let me explain to you what you're involved in, right? This whole FBA thing is bullshit. You need to understand that. It's no different than a religion. It's no different than saying you follow this belief system. It's a movement that Tariq Nasheed pretty much made popular, where you have a bunch of black folk calling themselves these foundational black Americans, and they claim it's a lineage, but really this lineage is something they just made up in order to feel important. When you go to the black community, all you see is violence, drugs, and chaos. Gang members fighting gang members. Hate, hate, hate. We don't get along as people. And I'm talking about people of color. We don't get along. All my enemies are black. All of them. You know what I'm saying? They don't show no love. You know what I mean? You could be a talented brother or sister. The black community never show you love. They show you nothing but hate. They try their best to discourage you as much as they can. They do everything in their power to break you down. They never give you your flowers unless you die. Your own family don't even get along. If you talk to 9 out of 10 people and ask them, do you get along with your black family? The answer is no. They don't get along with their family. Your friends are always betraying you. All your black friends are jealous of you. It's constant mayhem. So this whole FBA thing is something that Tyreek put together to get rich off of black people. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like a pastor in a church. Your leader is Tariq Nasheed. He keep telling you that he's fighting for reparations. You ain't never getting no reparations. It's a gimmick. The only one getting reparation is Tariq Nasheed and all the other black men that are, I guess, the leaders and founders of that movement. So when you say you consider yourself FBA, you're literally deceived. You're calling yourself something that makes no sense. You're trying to find an identity. FBA is not even recognized. It's a made up concept that Negroes have put on themselves to feel good about themselves. And it's crazy. First you call N words, Negroes, black. Now you're FBA. You're all over the place. You don't know what you are. It doesn't make no sense. You know, it's a movement. It's a movement and it's a cult. And here's another factor of the FBA movement. If you speak against FBA, they call you a tether. If you are a person from the Caribbean, they call you a tether. So they basically separate blacks that are from the Caribbean. You know, if you're Haitian, uh, Panamanian, Trinidadian, Guyanese, the FBA community will look at you as a tether, which means they don't even consider you to be black. They call you a immigrant. That's racism, bro. And this is what they're doing. If you don't rock with them, they label you a tether. A tether is a racial slur that FBA folk put on anybody to try to shame you. They'll start to ask you, who's your father? What's your mother's nationality? What's your father's identity? They're weirdos. This is what they do. They do this to me all the time. They call me a coon, a sambo, a sellout. I don't care about none of that stuff. That stuff don't bother me because it only comes from black people. White people don't tell me that. White people don't say you're a sellout. I don't even know why they say sellout because I don't know none of these people. I'm not fighting for you. I got a family to take care of. I got bills to pay, just like you do. You know, when you go to your job, you're not fighting for the world. You're fighting to survive. That's what you're all doing. When you go to your job and you're at work laboring, you are literally fighting to survive in this evil world. So when people call you a sellout, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been bought. I don't understand that. Why do they do that? Because they want to shame you because you're not promoting their movement. Like a lot of the FBA crowd, they want me to use my platform to promote this nonsense called FBA, but I'm not doing that garbage. Why would I promote that garbage for? Stuff ain't doing nothing for me. It ain't helping my family. And all these people that claim they're FBA, they don't hit the Cash App, they don't hit the Super Chat, they're not supporting what I do. So what are you expecting me to support something when I'm getting hated from you? I get all my hate coming from these groups. I don't got nothing to do with them people. They just mad at the white man. It's like all the energy they put in attacking me, attacking Anton, attacking other brothers. They don't apply that energy to the white man. They never talk about the white man. The black man have no power in this country to do nothing about reparations. You're not going to get nothing. And I always say, if you want it that bad, go take it. But you're not going to do that either because you don't have a military. So stop talking gangster. Stop lying to these people, making them believe in something that's never going to happen. And this is what the FBA movement has done. It literally is trying to convince black people that we're getting something in the future. You're never getting reparations from the white man. Get it through your head. Get it through your head, guys. You're never going to have that. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that you will be getting reparations. It's not going to happen, man. So the best thing you could be doing is trying to improve your life as a black man, as a black woman, and get off of this nonsense hating white people all day when we hate each other. We got too much problems in the black community to be worrying about white people all day when we got to fix our own issues. You know, we got our own demons, our own issues, and we don't want to deal with it. Instead, we want to point the finger at somebody else. Oh, it's the white man. He's oppressing. White man ain't oppressing me. The white man ain't doing nothing to me. I mean, y'all be putting white people on a pedestal like they living great. There's a lot of poor white people in the world. A lot of you black folk are literally outdoing the majority of white folk, and you don't even know it. A lot of white folk are poor, bro. A lot of white folk is on SNAP benefits, public assistance. Trust and believe it, fam. I see white folks stealing from stores out here, bro. White folk. See, when I was in New York, I was around predominantly black people. You know what I'm saying? Out here, I see all different groups. And I'm telling you, you have a lot of homeless white people out here, bro. Homeless. Robbing. In stores, shoplifting. Police putting them in handcuffs. I see it all, man. You know? But for some reason, if you're black and you live in a black community, you're under this misconception that anybody that's white is rich, they living it up. No, they not. Even if white people live in a nice house, they struggling to pay for that house. You got probably like 5, 6, 7 people working at jobs in order to maintain that one house. That's a struggle right there. You know, when everybody in that one house got to work and you got like 5 people at jobs trying to maintain, that's a struggle. That is a struggle. Yeah, you in the house, but you're struggling, man. So we got to stop thinking that everybody living good and focusing on what we got to do with our lives and stop being jealous. That's the biggest problem with the black community is competitive jealousy and hate. If we can erase those things, we would definitely thrive as a people. Because when you look at all these other ethnic groups, if you really be honest as a black man, black woman, we're not doing good. We're doing really bad. There are a lot of successful black people in the world, yes. But the successful black people, they have moved on and forgotten about the black community. Because when you try to go back to save people and help them and educate them and build them up, they normally turn on you and try to destroy you. And we don't want that to happen to you. If you look at all these other communities, the Asian community, the Jewish community, man, they just know how to. And I'm not saying they all get along. They don't all get along. You got Asian people fighting Asians, whites hating whites and stuff. But they understand community, fam. They understand how to do things. Do you see the Asian man disgracing his women on social media? Calling them B's, HOES's. Do you see the Jewish man on YouTube on a podcast talking about how his women ain't ish? Do you see that? Do you see Jewish women on YouTube talking about, oh, their men are bums and they dusty? Only in the black community, fam. Only in the black community. We're the only group that would come on YouTube, on social media, and degrade our women. We're the only group that do that. Nobody else do this, man. So we become entertainment for all these other nationalities. Our women will come on social media and say the black man is dusty. He ain't worth having babies with. Our women do that type of, it's crazy, man. But yet when we talk about these issues, they get mad at me. They get mad at me for bringing up these issues. You know, we the only group that do this. We don't have no shame. Um, you know, it's just sad, bro. That's why churches are in big business in today's day. You know, that's why churches make all the money, because the pastor's a pimp, and they know that people are slow and they're gonna fall for the okie doke, and that's why most pastors are making millions of dollars. None of these pastors are from God. None of them. It's all one big business, guys. Church is a business. If you're trying to find God, you don't want to go to church because he's not there. The pastor is running a business. You saw the Drewski skit. That's church. It's not about God, man. It's about making money. Watch this. Take away the collection plate from the church. Would the pastor still preach? Take away the ability for the pastor to get money. Would he preach the gospel? No. These churches don't even preach the gospel. They don't even preach the gospel. It's all entertainment. It's all lights, camera, action. If you take away the buckets, the Cash Apps, the Venmos, the Zelly, all of that stuff out of these churches, these pastors would not preach or talk about the Bible, never. It's all about money, gang. It's all about money. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that because you believe in these churches. Some of y'all grew up in the church. You claim your uncle's a pastor. No, he's not. It's about money, fam. That collection plate. That's what it's all about. Why do you want, listen, why they want people to come to these buildings? Why? Because that's how they get money. If you're in the street, you think you can make money doing that? Preaching on the street while people walking by going to work? You think they're going to stop to listen to you? No. They want you to come to those churches because that's how they're able to hustle you. They put you to sleep with the music. Then they lie to you, tickle your ears, tell you what you want to hear, tell you God want to make you rich. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Let me see. Somebody said, hey, Ringo, ninjas are jealous of me because I have a nice wavy, thick, curly, stringy afro hair. Ninjas are jealous of me and my homeboy. Well, you know, there's going to always be something people going to be mad at you about, bro. You know? And all you could do is just be you. You know, as a man, people going to be jealous of your car, jealous of the way you dress. Ladies go through this too. They experience jealousy from their own people, man. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Other women on the job, they copy you. They copy your style, copy your hair, copy this, copy your purse, your coat, your shoes. I mean, it's just nonstop hate and jealousy, bro. I'm just tired of that mess, bro. That's why I just like to just roll solo, enjoy my solitude, and just be at peace, man. I don't know if any of y'all do this, but on a cold day, I'm talking about a cold day when it's cold outside, try this, fam. Go outside in front of your house, and it's cold outside, right? Yeah. But have a nice warm glass of tea and just sit outside in the cold and just drink your tea, fam. Best moment, fam. It's very relaxing because it's cold, right? But as you drink your tea, you warm up, and you know your hands stay warm because you're holding the glass. So it's just a good thing to do, just to kind of get away a little bit from your everyday life. You got to do a little things like that. Take a walk in a park. Just kind of get away from the madness of the world, man. A lot of us need to take a vacation and unwind from all this mess. You know, family drama, drama at the job, social media drama. You know, because nobody watch TV anymore. Social media is where everybody's at now. Heck, most relationships come from social media now. People don't even meet people in the real world anymore. They meet people on social media. You know, a brother see a woman's avatar, he in her DMs. So it's really wild, bro. But I'm gonna get up on out of here. You know what I mean? Go figure out what I'm gonna do content wise, plan my day, and do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come in with some content, talk about the situation. You know, you had a lot of people going live, thirsty and desperate about this Corey situation, and they were showing footage of what he was talking about. I don't do that. I like to just talk and let the people see me for who I am and share my thoughts, which is all original content. Because a lot of people tend to want to show you the video footage, and they really don't have no substance to their content. If anybody want to watch the video footage, they could just go to Corey's page and watch it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll do my reaction videos when I have time and share my thoughts. But I got to edit the videos, make sure everything is clean and good. So, you know, I don't cross no lines or anything like that. But I think that Corey's a sucker. I think that he's foul for disrespecting Anton's daughter. And also with all that sexual stuff he was saying towards Mika about how she got to be on her back and she got to give some sort of sexual favors if she want to rock with him on his show. I think that was lame, you know, because she didn't do nothing to you for you to disrespect her like that. You know, you should have never said that. That's gonna end up haunting you, fam. Those comments is gonna end up biting you. It's gonna end up biting you because she never said nothing disrespectful. It's one thing if she would have said something disrespectful, but for Corey to say all of that stuff after she said she forgave him, that's a bad look, bro. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Salute to all my truckers out there on the road. Everybody on the road, drive safe. And, you know, all the security guys out there, security guards, the doormen, you know, the clerks, everybody out there on the late night shift, doing your thing. Parking lot, valet workers, all you guys, the hotels. You know, shout out to all of y'all doing the work at night. All of the Amazon workers that's out there, late night hours, be safe out there on the road. And it is what it is, man. You know, so we'll get up on out of here. If you're new to the platform, consider subscribing if you like the commentary. If you don't like my commentary and you think my platform sucks, leave a comment. Let me know that my content sucks. And also let me know how I can improve the content. Maybe next time, you know, we might meet on better terms. But this is me. You know what I'm saying? I keep everything real. I don't sugarcoat. I'm not here to you know, do any goofy stuff. I just like to share my thoughts and be real with the people. You know, because I think if you're being real with the people, they're gonna know that you're true and that you're official, and they're gonna support what you do. If you're being fake, disrespecting people, kids, that's not cool. That's not gonna help you, Corey. Disrespecting that man's kids. I promise you, it's not gonna go well for you. Today, you're gonna have a lot of people talking again, bro. And it's not going to be good for you. I'm looking forward to see if Mika is going to respond to what Corey had to say. And I'll do my commentary about that as well. So y'all take care, gang. I'm going to get up on out of here. Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video. That helps with the algorithm, too. That's a new feature that YouTube have where you press the hype button. And that helps YouTube push the video. We need more viewers, more people to come on over, fam. It helps the platform, helps keeps the lights on, fam. So it is what it is. I'm going to get up on out of here. Y'all take care. Shout out to Forever Studios. See you in the building. And, oh, I didn't shout out this super chat. My bad. Shout out to George. Shout out to George. Appreciate you for the $10 support. Salute to you, Ringo. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. And shout out to anybody else that may have supported. Well, that was the only support for the night. So it is what it is. If anybody hit the Cash App or want to support via Cash App, that's $ Ringo TV Raw on Cash App if you want to support the shows. And that's about it, man. I'm out of here, man. Rate, comment, and subscribe. We out. Peace.